didn't need it to be bigger anyway, cause it'll wash out again, if you don't.
Well, it's kinda, when you go across through there, you don't wanna meet somebody else.
Yeah. So it does need widening.
Yeah, it'll be widened some, it's and it will have guardrail on it, other than what's on it now. You take your foot and kick the guardrail off of it, it's on it now, it'll be it's a box bridge is what it'll be, a box covered bridge. But it's 20 foot, so it will have to be inspected, just like the pier bridge.
So it's gonna be like one of those, it's gonna have a cover over top of it?
It'll have concrete on top of it, no, it won't.
No, not a covered.
Not a covered bridge.
Oh. Sorry. I just had that pictured in my head and I said, well, that'd be pretty.
It would.
It would be
It'd
pretty.
be expensive.
It'd be expensive.
Yeah.
But we've got, we've got the funds to pay for it as soon as we know.
Okay.
Hopefully we've got the funds, rephrase that. You never know what the bids come in on, but we should be, according to our engineer, we should be okay. He's actually got a meeting with one of the property owners in the morning up there, so hopefully that'll be 3 of them out of the way.
Right.
One donated property, one didn't. We won't have to go through the channels of buying it, which is, it's a very small amount, but it still has to be done, have to go through the channels. The one out of state could be a good slow, so it'll be
Is that it?
well, we've got some stuff to, on the
Yeah,
highway.
we're on down here, highway thing, okay, cruise, surface highway cancer thing.
He's got a surplus list.
Yeah, I got some plus in our,
The surplus will be at the end of the package.
You got the road list on there too?
No,
Oh,
this is
just
just
surplus.
the inventory, we're just doing surplus property.
surplus and then we got our inventory done.
He was required to get it done within
30 days, taking off, so I have to have a certified inventory. What's the surplus? What's the surplus? This is the surplus here.
Surplus on the back
very
page.
back page. This is what we've got out at the highway department right now, that every one of these have been inspected. They're there, all the numbers are right, so.
Yeah.
That's good there, it's ready to go. On the backside, Tim identified the ones that he thought we were gonna move to surplus and later on have a sale, so if you guys have any questions, I'm sure we can answer whatever you got, but, I don't think you decided you're gonna do the sale yet, but there may be some more surplus later on, we don't know yet.
Okay, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, very last stage is surplus.
So are you gonna do like an auction there?
Probably let Connor,
Corey?
Exit
Exit
probably let
Realty.
Exit Realty or somebody like that, do it, a local company, instead of doing their deals, that way they can come and look at it and take pictures and put it online.
Okay.
He's pretty good, he's got office down on
He's over the last property we had.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I'm asking Tim, I talked to Corey at the Lick Skillet about the Durango, about taking it up to Lick Skillet, so we haven't done nothing with it yet, so if you wanna wait, I can put that Durango in with y'all's.
That's fine with me.
Will that be
I don't see-
okay?
I don't see no problem here.
That's why I was asking if Jens were doing it, I'll just bring it over and, we can put it on this
Put it
list.
on that list, that'd be- yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Pretty much everything, you know, if it's on this list of sale, it's pretty much shot.
You got any more questions about it?
We'll need that approved.
Yeah, you'll have to get on
Both of
those.
them.
I need a motion then.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'll make the motion.
Roger made, Randall said.
It's
Aye.
You gotta do a roll call, it involves money.
Oh, roll call, Robbie Melton,
Yes.
yes, Brenda Ball,
Yes.
Bill Tally, yes. Roger Carr?
Yes.
Okay.
All four.
Aye, all four. Okay, any or no new business discussed? New dehumidifiers were installed in Hardy Chapel. Monroe Community Center building is in progress. Dr. Ringo was surplus. It will be auctioned off at Lily's Skillet.
Let me take over this and right here,
Okay.
Phil, if you don't care.
Okay.
So the two dehumidifiers at Hardy's Chapel, we got that in place and they're working well. The Monroe Community Center, Randall called me the other day and I thought he was talking about the Monroe Community Center. He was talking about the health department. And I told him it was dried in, so he went up there to look. He said, boy, that wind was rough. It was But I'm meeting him tomorrow, to look over some more stuff on the Monroe Community Center. They're hoping March that it could be up and running. So, I mean, they're flying on that thing, but where are we on, Darwin? Have we talked anything about the septic tank on the Monroe Community Center?
We're just gonna have to get some, I can't get any answer out of the Scots, so whether or not they wanna let us do it. I think we're just gonna have to, call Ed Butler and probably Ken Yeager and see if we can get some help that way.
Okay, I'll make that call
I've done,
tomorrow.
I've offered the money to them, I've done everything that I can do, and I can't get anything back, so I guess we just have to move to the next step, Steve, and that would be getting them involved to help us with it. The problem being is that we can't get them to, they're trying to figure it at 70 people max, and so the fill line is multiplied, how you come up with it is 10 gallons per person, is how they calculate that. So they're gonna calculate 70 people there at one time. Well, 10 gallons times 70, that's 700 feet of spill line we gotta have, and we don't have it there. We were gonna bore under the road and run it in that field there where the Scots are clear, cause all they got there is just cows and stuff, but, I can't get an answer from them, so we're just gonna have to back up and try to get them involved to reduce down the number.
I'll call them tomorrow.
Yeah, if they could get it down to 25 or 30, we've got the room for that.
Well, there's only 2 bathrooms.
That's right.
With 1 toilet.
And I don't understand why they're trying to keep it up there, but they
Yeah.
are. So,
So I'll make that call tomorrow.
Right, thank
So that's where we're at on that. The Dodge Durango, of course, right here, I had it, that it was gonna go lick skillet. We're gonna change that, and be auctioned off with the highway equipment. With the highway equipment sale.
Oh, that was going to leak still.
No, they're gonna call in,
Clint Connor.
yeah, with,
Exit.
they're gonna have their own auction. They've got so much stuff, it would be feasible to have their own auction like, the city does theirs over here like that too. We'll just put the Durango over there with them. So, the next part here,
Now, wait just a minute, you said there's 2 bathrooms, but only 1 toilet?
1 toilet per bathroom at the Monroe Community Center.
Yeah.
There's 1 toilet per bathroom, sorry,
All
Rob. So that's on that. The archives department, so we had our records meeting up here, and, the Pam said that down in the archives, the humidity in the basement was causing mold on the books and on the inside on the paper, and we can't have that. So I asked for, my company to come in, the same ones that put the dehumidifiers in at Hardy's Chapel. While we were talking about it, the Universal Pest Control, he just happened to walk by the door. So, I went out there and hollered at him and asked him if he could give me a quote. And, he sent that today, and it was $6,500 for, and this is for, the whole downstairs, and it's commercial, and it'll be in the ceiling and plumbed in, so it automatically drain and all that stuff. but it would not only be for the archives, it will be over in the storage across where we keep our records and all that stuff. So it would be two, because we gotta get that humidity from all of it. And Tracy is going to build a wall because, at a class, sorry, let me turn this down. At a class that training that Pam went, there's some parts of those archives that are not available for public yet. And so, she's got a sign there that says authorized individuals only past this point, but nobody pays that any attention. So Tracy's gonna build a wall, but he's gonna have those vents in there so the air can still circulate. And only have to have that one dehumidifier down there. So that was what was needed down there. And the quote came in at 65. So I'll have to have a motion second on that. But the records, committee voted on, getting that, dehumidifiers, and everybody voted on that. And that, the records committee consists of, Jimmy, Connor, Peggy, and Caraboon, and, our historian and architect we have to have, and I cannot remember his name right now to save my life, Pam and, Judge Colson, that's our records committee, and they all voted on it because of the mold. We can't have the mold, and we've got to keep the papers, and we're going to work on, digitizing with some of that, tax, that new records tax that we got. We're gonna work on digitizing that, and we got a broadband grant, and with that broadband grant, she's going to be teaching classes down there about trying to, start, and I know we've gotten off the highway and county property, but, anyway, it's in our building, but, she's going, like, if you wanted to start looking up your ancestry, how do you get started? You see what I'm saying? So she's going to start teaching those classes, and, she'll have tablets and computers down there, and this is all on this grant. And once she gets it digitized and puts it on, the computer, we're gonna put a computer over at the historical museum, and you can get on there and pull up information on the county as well. So it'll be a good thing. We'll put, she's gonna be working on that kind of stuff. But the main thing that we need right now is to work on the humidity in the basement, so.
Who was that quote from?
It was from Universal Pest Control, and I have it, and I meant to print it off, and I failed to do so. But if you want a copy of it, I'll get you a copy of it to put in your, packet if you want. Just see me before we leave. I can print them off right now and just go get them if anybody wants it.
I'll make that motion.
Robbie made a motion, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Well,
Is these two dehumidifiers gonna be enough to keep our records dry?
That's what, cause they're gonna be big commercial, and he said that you would only need one in that one side and one on the other side, so, he'll have the one in the archives and then one in the records, and they're gonna be plumbed in down there, so, and they'll be in the ceiling too, so that'll help with dust, and it'll help with, the circulation of air down there as well. You gotta have a second on that, if you, Randall seconded, and, if you wanna do a roll call.
Everybody, okay, Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Randy Boswell,
Yes.
Bill Talley, yes, Roger Carter. Yes.
All four.
Yes, all four.
All right, and the next was, that's the highway inventory list, I'm sorry, that's you guys.
And you have already approved it.
Yeah,
That's really good.
that's the inventory list, yeah, we done that already, so that was, we'll just mark that out, because you just had the surplus.
Okay.
And if you want to, on that number 6, to approve the surplus, add if you want, Roger, you made the motion to accept the surplus. Do you want the motion to read, and this has to come from you, to accept the inventory and surplus list?
Yes.
So he made the motion to accept the inventory and surplus list.
Yes.
And then we'll mark this out down here, and that way Jens ain't gotta do a second one, cause Jens had already done it. And Randall, will you second that, is that okay?
Yeah.
Should you put the Durango on there too with the?
We'll keep it separate, we'll just add that, or we won't like put it over in their name, we'll just take it over there when they have it. So inventory added with surplus. Okay, we'll mark that one out. Let's see. The John Turnbull Highway, Randall, yeah, if you want to, tell us a little bit about the John Turnbull Highway.
Okay. John Turnbull, of course, he was raised in Alpine till he went off to college. And there's some wanting to, name the highway from the Overton Motel to the Miller Chapel Church, John Turnbull Highway. And, we have to do it, it's gotta go through, it's gotta come from Nashville, but the county's got to approve it for them to, there's a guy gonna take it, John Mark, got somebody, that's gonna take it to Nashville.
Do we have to do a resolution to do that?
Yeah, we'll have to do
Yeah.
a resolution in court, but, it's only about a mile from, the church on up to the county line. So, I would like to do it from the motel to the Pickett County line there on 52. And name it John Turnbull, because he preaches over at the Miller Chapel Church once or twice a month. And, then his dad pastored the Presbyterian Church there in Alpine all their lives when they was kids. And some thought it'd be a good thing to name that, to remember him by when he was gone, you know.
So you,
I would ask that we would do that.
He's not on here though.
No.
Alright,
so you making a motion to name the,
Yeah.
highway from the Overton Motel to the county line?
To the county line, yeah, that's 52 and
52.
85, yeah.
John Turner.
The John Turnbull Highway.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
do you have a second?
I'll second.
Randall.
And of course, we'll have to get a resolution and then do it through the full court. And then vote on the resolution through the full court. And then it can be took to Nashville.
Yeah, right here.
So, Roger, second.
Yeah.
You just asked all four of them.
Okay, Roger Mountain,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yeah.
Bill Talley, yes, Roger Barr, yes.
There wasn't no money involved, we just had to do a resolution. The next part, would be the highway department. They've got the next three things, so if you just wanna take the lead on that, it's just a discussion on it.
That's what's next.
Yeah.
Which one is this right here for the next, that way.
Richard.
On this next item was the road, the signs coming from the solid waste recycling center up to the highway department. I've had several people call me about it, ask me if I do it, and I have told people that I have no problem with doing it. I don't have a problem, the only problem I have is with the funds to do it. And that's what this is right here. You know, it's got this cost of the signs, the posts, you know, and what Darwin has figured this off of is the numbers that we have right now. That's all we could figure off of, is, you know, and that is a right now number, that grand total is, and that is for signs, posts, supports, for one employee, non-skilled labor. And this truck and repair, that is for fuel and for, of course, that's what we figured in for repairs. You know, that's pretty much just a guesstimate on that, but it's not all too bad. And that, when you add them up, that's what comes up with that, the cost down here. Like I said, that is at this point, cost, not a cost, whenever we refigure the budget, and have to get them repriced, if it's up 5%, 3%, you know, if there's an increase, there'll be an increase on this. And I have no problem, if I can get this, and that's all I'm asking for, is, and I know we can't get it right now in the middle of the year, but if we do agree to take it, if Ken's agreed that we can get this added to our budget next year, we'll take it this year, and I'll have them transfer the signs up to us, and all the signs that comes the rest this year through their budget, that, of course, they'll have to buy them as we need them, and they just send them up to us, and we'll take care of it.
There is a $9,000 budget to go with them.
Yeah.
Right.
And there is a thing for gas for the vehicle.
Right.
And you also, you have a truck that I was told that we could have.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And it's a two-wheel drive truck, but it just needs to take it, yes.
as of right now, like I said, I think we've used down to around like 6,000 some odd dollars of that. Like I told you, since, July, I think we've spent somewhere, I wanna say around on 100 signs, that's duplicates and all. Generally, if we order one, we'll order two, if it's, you know, seeing that it's being sold a lot and stuff, so.
The reason I got a helper out there, y'all got me a helper to put them signs up back, so and he done good at it. But I lost my inmates out there, they pulled all my inmates out, and they worked all with cardboard and plastic. And they needed to be moved out, I ain't saying that, I mean, John Gary's right, they didn't need that there, cause you got in trouble, and their buddies sneak out there. But I had put that point on that, so I have to pull a truck driver off now to do the signs.
And we've grabbed a tremendous amount in the last few years.
Yeah, well, and another thing too, we'll do it the best we possibly can, come leave it there, we will. I understand that, but, we can't get it, I don't think as good as it needs to be, because the trash has to come first. Because, you know, it comes through every day, 50, 60 ton a day, or 80 ton. And, that's what we have to do first, and it's keeping it growing. But, you know, I'm not trying to push this off on the way, but I think they can take care of it, and it would be better with them than it would us.
Well, like I said, I don't care to do it, but you got in front of you what I'm asking for, and I don't think it's a ridiculous request.
How much are you asking for?
We're asking, like I said, for the trucks, everything is equal, we give you one.
We're just discussing on this right now. I need to take and kind of run the numbers on this as well, so we can look at it and see.
Is these 200 signs, is that about how many you use a year?
Well, in the last 2 months, we've put out one. We've had an increase in sales, bad.
And Tim and I have talked,
I mean, is this just the street signs, or does this include the stop signs and everything?
That's all we think, that's the
No, they
street
don't have
sign.
anything to do with the stop signs, it's just putting up the sign.
That's just the road sign, road name?
But see, a lot of times, we've already got the post there.
Right.
They didn't have to buy extra posts, so.
Right.
But we, on these new roads, we're taking in, we have to put a post, stop sign in.
That, what are they made of? I know they made out of aluminum or
No,
something.
some kind of, like that.
Some kind of-
Cherry, I don't know.
Well, what about
Oh, you talking about the sign?
Yeah, what about a fiberglass or something that steel them?
What,
Of course,
what's
they
the
probably
sign
get
made
them.
out of now? Yours, the tricks on? They glow at night.
They're certified fiberglass like, but now
No,
that,
they're aluminum.
that thing is, they're $47 a piece.
41.80.
Yeah, but that's what I said, there's something out there cheaper that we can, maybe whatever they wouldn't steal, but, I mean, they can sell them aluminum,
I
they
don't
burn
think, I
them.
don't think they're stealing them themselves.
They're scrapping.
Yeah.
Or keeping on.
Are mostly going in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Wallpaper.
they said this one man had probably 200 in his barn.
Yeah, I've seen them.
I think we questioned Jeremy, the guy with GNC who we buy the signs from, about a cheaper alternative, and I think that's pretty much what they have went to now.
What about that sign company that bought the building right across from you? They're gonna start building signs out of there.
Barcode, it's,
I don't know if they're gonna be,
From what I've
state approved, they have to be straight approved.
Yeah,
sign,
right.
Under the safety guidelines of the state.
Okay.
I don't know.
are
He,
you talking
he had
about
just
directly
talked to me
behind us?
about, he was gonna start doing the road signs and stuff like that, so if he gets state approved, he might work
That'd be
with
fine.
him.
Yeah, I just buy it home, and
But
we'll buy all our signs.
Tim and I talked today about prosecuting the ones that are stealing the signs, and that'll slow it down. Not saying that it would put a stop to it, but send an officer up and ask the scrapyard saying, hey, if you see one of our posts come in and it looks like it's just been cut in pieces and they're taking it off as scrap, call the law, because that's taxpayers' money.
Well, they, Cougars are already doing that for us.
Now, they,
They're doing it right now, but,
And also Putnam County's doing it as well, and, the place
The
that.
PSC? okay, so they're looking for signs and things like
the
that.
state man comes in every month around, you know, he asked me, he said, you might have to say something to him. He said it ain't illegal, nothing. He said, first I know you're the only recycler that puts up 911 signs.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know where in the county that does, you know, for the recycling.
Now, he did give y'all, a good list and took pictures, and he said that he's gonna use those pictures, for, training.
Yeah, they use the others are outside down in Nashville in the big meeting.
Mm-hmm.
They use their whole lot, retard shop, everything up there.
This is
And told them that's
Tosha.
how it's supposed to look.
He
I was
said,
tickled with that.
yeah, he's gonna say that it can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about the OSHA guy that comes through.
The Tosha guy was
Well,
here
now,
yesterday.
he said it was, he was tickled. He said,
Yeah, he was really tickled with you.
We just appreciate you guys talking with us about it, because like I said, it's just.
We're gonna look into it a little deeper. This is just a discussion today to open up the discussion about it, to look into it, to see what we need to do.
But now, I'll work with Tim any way whatsoever. I think he's doing a good job. I appreciate you putting them cautions, lights down there at 136.
Are they still there?
Yeah.
Everybody shot me.
I tell you what, they did several people killed right there. Sure, that ought to really help that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what we're.
Save
all
one
supposed to
life,
do,
it's
is work
worth it.
together, anyway. I mean, it shouldn't be department against
Do
department.
you know right off how much in your budget?
9,000. It's around,
9,000
a
is.
little
what
under
they're-
10, I think, 9,000 something dollars.
That's annually though, right?
Yeah,
That's every year.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's in there for the gas too, I think.
We'll, I think that was for signs.
That's the sign.
There's more for
That's-
gas.
There's another line in there for gas.
Yeah.
It's free.
I'll have to
So
look.
you can use that, Tim.
Well, like I said, if you can move that to me
Yeah.
in July,
Yeah.
and then meet the rest of it, I'm not gonna have a problem with doing it.
Okay, we'll do whatever you want.
Let's let us look at it and see what we can do, Tim, and then we'll work on it a little more.
I mean, it's not ridiculous.
Yeah.
One other thing that me and Tim been talking about too is these signs, they're all one color.
Yeah,
And everybody thinks that, every one of those roads are county roads.
yeah.
We talked about maybe taking and splitting that up and put like green for county maintained roads and maybe another color for non-county maintained roads.
That's a good idea.
So, Will, if you guys, you know, look at it, think
Never have
about
to
it.
put any up to the city either, the city takes care of all their
Right,
sites.
and so, that might help us later on down the road, especially for ambulance service, the sheriffs don't know whether they're on a county road or not on a county road. Just something to think about. I know some of the other counties.
If we go out, if it's orange or red or whatever color it's brown,
Yeah.
our guys don't need to be on it,
Right.
you know. We don't need to be on
Signs
something
be the
that's.
same price.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
more like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, that 911, they're gonna, they're gonna be up anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
Whether it's a county road or not.
yeah, if it's just for 911 purpose only, it's gotta have a sign.
Yeah, and that's, you know, you get some confusion, we get guys up there with a grader,
Right.
run down with the grader, and then, you know, you grade my road, you grade everybody.
If you keep up with it better, but.
Yeah.
Did you see brown in the dark, though, or?
They're all hybrids now.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
low.
Yeah, everything's.
They're low.
I'm not saying brown's the color, I just.
They all make the glow.
Yeah, they're low, they make that low on
Well, it'd be all right, maybe as long, you know, as long as they're glowing, I mean, that would be a good idea. Cause we've got a lot of the roads, it's just multi-purpose only.
them. Right.
And people get confused on where they're at a lot of times.
So we're looking at changing the color of the signs?
No, we're not, we're gonna separate, for county roads, maintained roads, county that we take care of.
Right.
And the others will be a different color for for just emergency purposes only, or not.
Oh, so it ain't all the county roads would be a different,
They'll
just,
stay the same, they'll stay green.
They'll take green.
so just the changing the color of the signs on the emergency purpose only?
Yeah,
Now you can,
or driveway sign.
Okay, on,
I don't know where you can do this or not, Irvin probably know, Young's. But you know, for that, what he's needing now to run that, if it can be brought part of my budget, that would be fine. I don't know where you can do that or not.
We can't.
We'll look at it.
Until July.
Okay, just try to hit you.
Yeah, you will have, still have to order.
Yeah.
Just run us a check, bring your card.
I'll do that.
We can choose again.
so, the discussion on recruiting funds for the highway department, you wanna talk about that?
Yeah, we got them on. This right here, make your head spin, I mean, it's just something to think about, so. Take that. You know, of course, I've only been in here 3 months, since I took office, and I've been looking, and we've actually got more paved hot mix roads than I thought we would have. We've got almost 180 miles of paved with asphalt, with hot
Yeah,
mix.
that's extra.
And on that last page of, not the last page, but, with the page road mileage, where it shows the total mileage there at 180, on this page right here. If you have to look at it.
Page 3.
Yeah, page 3. Okay, we've got 180 miles of road, a paved road. All right, we get enough money from the state on our tax money to pay 2 miles per year. And that cuts it close to pay 2 miles a year. And when you figure this at 2 miles a year into 180 miles of roads, that puts us in a cycle, a revolving cycle of 90 years. From the time, if we started tomorrow, resurfacing the roads that we have, it's a hot mix right now. By the time we get everything paid and get back to this, where we started at tomorrow, it'd be 90 years later. It's what it's gonna be. I mean, just think about that.
So once in a lifetime opportunity to get.
Well, the roads ain't gonna last.
No.
And we've got some right now, we're gonna lose in the next 4 or 5 years if we can't get something done. Upper Hillhound, Campground, I mean, there's several of them, at Oakley Allens.
How long they last? 10 years?
Some of them's different depending on the traffic, but just with, if you pay them and don't do nothing, nature will kill them in 25 or 30 years.
Yeah,
Just
size,
the time.
takes, just
Yeah.
take it up,
Well, just
breaking
it
down.
breaks down, the asphalt breaks down. And, you know, that's like when Weldon, me and a gentleman had a talk today, you know, we had somebody with foresight, look where we'd be if that 111 wasn't built, from Livingston to Google. What would be, we'd be on 042, we'd still be running up down 042, and look at the traffic that has grown from the time that they've done that till now.
Mhm.
You know, I'm glad somebody had the foresight to build a 4-lane road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and that's where we're gonna be right now. It ain't no easy fix, it ain't no easy, but it's got to be started at some point.
Now, have we, I know it's a long shot, is there any talk of legislation or anything like that of trying to get more money out of the state?
Yeah.
Because I know we've asked for some of the real estate tax, to go towards the highway department. It's going to legislation this year. All of us county mayors are coming together to push for, a percentage of that. Like if you sell a house, some of that tax, they get 100% of it goes to the state. None of it goes to the county. And so we've asked for a percent of it to come back to go to the highway department. Because the highway department, I mean, we can't fund the highway department 100%.
And that's what I know, that's the reason
Yeah.
they can think, somebody needs to think of some way to do this, because I've got it broken down here. Like I said, at 2 years, you're on a 90-year circle, we need it down to an 8-year.
8-year turnaround?
8-year, yeah, do 8 miles a year, to pay 8 miles a year, we can put it to between a 20 and 25, year turnaround.
Instead of
And
90.
that's realistic.
Yeah.
You know, you get a good road, it holds up for a while, you pay, in the county, you pay it every 20 to 25 years with hot mix.
Yeah.
And this ain't with no growth, this is just to cover what we got.
Well, if we can get, some of that real estate transfer taxes, we can get some of that, houses are selling here and
Right.
building houses constantly. That would help our highway department tremendously.
Well, you know.
That's what we're pushing
You can
for.
ask Darwin, he knows it better than anybody, we've got, what a tanker oil cost us, what?
That's over it for this.
About $16,000 for one tanker of oil. You know, and when we're doing the coal mix piping and doing the shooting and chipping, we're burning through 3 or 4 of them a week, and it don't take us no time, our budget's shot on that. We work a month and we're done, because we can't get, you know, we've done spending what money we got.
We've only got those 2 revenue.
Steve, do we have building tax as far as the county?
Building
If you're
tax.
gonna build a new house.
There's no codes, nothing, none of that. So you don't have to have permits or nothing like that. And so permits would be a good idea if, that money could go towards different things. But like, if you get Joe Blow that graduates from high school and says, I'm a contractor, he can go right to work and building a house. And if you hire his company, or you can have a lot of illegals building your house, and the wind blows and your house is gone. There's a difference in the houses that's built now and the houses that was built in the 60s and the 70s. You see a tornado come through and you can see a house still standing that was built in the 60s and 70s, and all the new houses around you, they ain't nothing left. There's a difference. But no, there's no building codes, there's none of that stuff, but,
They are in the city.
they're not in the county. But that, if you do something like that, that would bring more income into the county. And that would bring more regulations down to make sure that people, that's doing this stuff is, legit.
Why don't
I don't know, but I've had this conversation a couple times with a few different people. And they said, you know, that would, like Putnam County does it, different people does it, but,
in different counties?
yeah, there's a lot of different counties that does it. But it just makes sure that you're holding, like Roger does work for you, it holds Roger reliable about the work that he does.
Is that a good idea?
That'd be another discussion for another day.
If I was building a house and my house blew away because he did a poor job, I'd want him to be
That'd be
responsible.
all on you.
The only thing about it is, if you go to redo your porch, you've got to get a permit before you take drop the board up and put a new board down.
Yeah, that won't create a problem.
And pay that.
Yeah, and pay that cost.
Percentage of what it costs to do that.
Right.
I mean, you could do something like new builds or something like that, but like those little projects like that, I mean,
Like
It
down at
could
the
be-
farm, you need to built on the barn, you couldn't, you gotta permit.
If you hire it done or something like
Well,
that.
does the city have to do the same thing?
Yeah.
They got a city got one.
But, when you start that, they're gonna crucify, everybody's gonna be mad about it.
They tried to- yeah, they're gonna
We
be-
tried this before.
Really upset if you put a permit on the county to doing that.
Well,
But-
if they do it, but, I mean, I'm
Well, they're
telling
If
always
it's done for
mad,
the
that's
right
how much better
reasons
they
and it's
can
done
get.
the
you,
right
I
way,
know,
it'd
we
be
use
good.
everyone we talk about.
But, I mean, it needs to be looked into a whole lot deeper before we just sit and discuss on that.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Well, what about, what about the gravel moving from the quarry?
now
About more
they're,
gravel moving, are we getting
It's-
more money from them?
Not yet.
the mineral tax,
Yeah, no.
it's going legislation. It's going back.
Right now.
We done a resolution
Yeah.
for them to be
Right.
able to take it back down there.
It's
But I'm
50
talking about like from Roger Group here that.
Oh, yeah, we're
moving
getting
a lot
the
more
tax.
gravel now than he was 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
we're getting that,
We're getting that now, it's in the county.
of course. But it's only 15 cents a ton, whereas
Yeah.
we're asking to go to 40 something.
Extra,
Yeah, and that would help, that would double, triple it, or double it anyway.
Yeah.
It would help.
Yeah.
But on this, to get it to 8 years, to get it in a 22-year rotation, to pave 8 roads a year, we're gonna need an additional, about $100,000 per mile. So you're looking at about $800,000 a year, just, and like I said again, that's just to maintain what we've got in asphalt. That's not to run nothing new, that's.
That's just.
But yeah, because I'm serious, we're gonna lose some roads in the next 4 or 5 years if we don't.
And come July, that's gonna go up, all the costs will go up.
We have 600 and something miles of county roads,
650.
650, and only 180 miles as it is paved.
Well, that's asphalt. right?
That's
That's-
asphalt.
that's-
We got the other numbers too, before y'all.
Okay.
It's, what they've got on there, on the the gravel, which I didn't break down nothing on it on the price, we just got, the totals, of them. I think she put them on here.
The 179 miles asphalt,
Right.
Yeah.
gravel, 131 miles.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I got tar and chips, 343 miles, okay.
Of course, you know, that tar and chip has been the biggest thing in the county. That's what they've spent the most money on over the years.
Yeah, and it breaks down a whole lot,
Faster, but it still beats gravel road.
Yeah.
Get people out of the dust.
Exactly.
yeah.
But that
That goes on
costs-
the gravel road, which I do,
Yeah.
or I did, but
Right.
it's, it's better than nothing. And there's gonna be roads in Overton County that will never be paved.
Yeah.
There's probably gonna be some gravel roads that will never be shot and chipped. I mean, it could be, it's not gonna be in our lifetime, but,
We only got 2 people living on a 10-mile
well,
road.
and it's a mile road, a mile long, you can't justify shooting and chipping. And I've done had a discussion with one lady, she, man, she's a taxpayer, I said, honey, I understand that, I truly do, and I wish I could do it for you, but I told her the truth, and now she's mad at me, but.
The cost on it. Well, I mean, I understand, and it's just like legislation, says that you can't run water to a house unless there's, down a road, unless there's so many people that live on that road. And that comes from state. Like, there's gotta be a certain number of houses that the water line will feed before water is, that you have to run water down that road. And I mean, what's people supposed to do if there's 8 houses on an 8-mile stretch? You can't get water, but they can't recruit their money back. It costs them $5 million to run water down through there.
I put several water lines in, it just, and then when you take 8 houses on the 8 miles, you ain't gonna turn it over enough.
You ain't?
But it's gonna put them in flushing it, and the loss on the water is gonna be unreal with the utility district, that's, just to keep them lines.
Yeah, then you gotta keep it up, yeah. But I understand what you're talking about on that.
But yeah, if you can think about this, I mean, that's the reason I'm bringing this to you is, it's something if we don't start on it now, it won't ever get done. I mean, it's just, somebody needs to start it some way, and I don't know the answer to it. But it's a real concern. When the road starts coming apart, then we can't fix them back, You out here and start, like 42, that's the heaviest county road we got. And probably within the next 4 to 5 years, it's not been resurfaced since, one of Level's big. And it's already getting spots where it's alligator, where you'll see, and then when the water starts going in, it starts freezing and thawing in the winter, and then it starts coming up. You know, and when it starts that, you're behind, you can't, where if we could seal it off right now, with resurfacing it, we'd be good probably for another 20 years on it, but that would be one place that might have to be a little more often. Upper Hill, Ham, Campground, you know, that's what heavy travel road, of course, Allen's Chapel, Muddy Pond, of course, it just got it, but it needs to stay in that, on that list, because it'll be in that loop within, you know, 30 or 40 years, or 30, and you know, that's a lot of traffic on that little road, Muddy Pond Road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah, they are, and they get a lot of tourists,
They do, it's
a
covered up.
lot,
to it.
yeah.
We just got a lot more traffic than we used to have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they.
Yeah. Got a lot more everything.
Everybody moved in
Except
up
money.
in brick area, and there's more.
No, there's a ton of people that's moved all over the county. I mean, there's houses, there's subdivisions popping up out in the middle of
Well,
nowhere.
the one good thing about subdivision is, they're building them to specs.
Yeah.
You know, before I'll take one over, if it's not built to specs, it's not gonna be,
Right,
as
yeah,
long as I got a opinion to it, it'll not be took over if it's not built to specs.
yeah, the lanes and like.
The width, the right of way,
Yeah.
the drainage,
Yeah, it's gotta go through the planning committee and you've gotta sign off on it and stuff. By the way, your name is on the agenda to replace James. I don't know why I was thinking of Randall Dixon or something. But anyway, to replace James on the planning committee, so that'll make the 4 elected on there. We can't have no more than 4, but, where he's not elected no more. He could have been the citizen, but, he just said, I'm ready to retire. So you'll replace him, and then starting, January, I think our next meeting is January 6th, you'll be on the planning committee on that side. And thank you for, I mean, you didn't have to do this, but thank you for, and it helps to have you on
it's
there.
it's my interest.
Yeah, I mean, it's got roads and all that stuff in there anyway. And they've already talked about the Window Community Bridge and dog walk, so. Next meeting for 2025. Then we're gonna meet back in January to, go over some numbers.
Yeah.
Let's give us, let's give us to the 1st of February, is that all right?
You got it.
Yeah, and let, no, what, do you have a monthly meeting? Or just schedule one needed?
Highway usually has a monthly meeting.
Monthly meeting, so you need to meet in January. And if we're ready to discuss more about that, if we got the numbers and
We'll
stuff,
have
we can bring it
The
up.
road is ready for January.
What about
January.
What about the 9th of January?
Let's go on down.
What about the 16th?
January 16th.
So does FBA or the nursing home make
That'd be
4?
fine.
Nursing home makes it 5, so it have to be 5:15. 5:15.
Yeah, it's on a
5:30.
Thursday.
We're not sure that the salary's not making that night, because we've done a lot of them there.
Yeah, no, it's not, or I don't have,
I don't have anything on mine.
I just have the nursing home for the
January
16th.
16th.
Highway and county property, January 16th at what, 5:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, our nursing home maybe won't last 30,
Yeah.
over 30 minutes at the most.
January 16th. And I'll try to help you, Tim, on, trying to find somebody to help us with legislation. There might be some, we might have to get other highway, officials together to get lobbyists involved in trying to, get more money for the roads.
I actually talked to, Ken Yeager Yesterday, I talked to him and, Ed.
Ed Money.
Yeah, I talked to both of them. Trying to get Ed and, him together, that's, hard to do, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
We're angry, but at the same time, we're still working on that,
And we had to meet with Region Two, and we talked with the lobbyist, our lobbyist, and he's got.
So
some things.
we've got lobbyists, okay, I didn't know we had,
Grant Howell with the highway,
of the highway.
Highway Association.
Okay.
And he's got some, he didn't go into depth, he never really talked, but he said there's something coming up. And he wasn't at liberty apparently to tell me because he didn't. But he said he was working on it, said if it come through, said it would be good for the highway part.
Okay.
But
I'll see, if we can't go farther, we'll see if all the county mayors in our area and all the road superintendents
In our region.
in our region
That's what.
could
they-
all go together down there.
Well, what is the 16th of January is
You know,
the,
it'll be February the 17th, making county government day.
Yeah.
Of course, they'll all be down
That'll
there.
be-
Yeah, we'll be down there.
Yep, that's the.
but I'm trying to get a meeting with Yeager and Butler,
Before-
just in this region.
Yeah.
With Butler's region.
And within, after, before the first year, right after.
Yeah.
Before
Before January
they go into
16th,
session,
yeah.
session, yeah.
Let me see if I can't get a hold of them and see if we can set up a meeting together.
If you can't, let me know and we'll get a hold, if you get a hold of other executives, and I'll get a hold of the road superintendent. I don't think that would be a problem for them.
No.
We've got a meeting. Hang on, too. We've got a meeting.
I sort of.
We got a meeting on the 18th, we'll all be together. We've got an executive exec board meeting, on the 18th. We'll all be together down there in one place, so I'll talk to them about it on the 18th, because we'll all be together anyway. And we'll be down there for a few hours, so.
So where's that
At UCDD,
Oh, okay.
it's a executive, board meeting for UCDD and UCHRA. And then, I've got another meeting Monday, cause I'm on the nomination committee, for the board and stuff down there now. They elected me on that, so I've got a meeting with, several of the other, mayors, and I'll drop that in their ear Monday.
We need some, we need some serious help, I don't know.
But it ain't just us,
I know, that's what I'm saying, he assured me, he said he hadn't seen one that far out on a 90-year rotation. He said that's voters, he said they sunk at 78 and 80, right for that, he said, and 90 was the lowest, so that's where we're at. Which is,
Well, if we can get some of that real estate money, will help. I mean, that'd be several thousands of dollars, especially some of the prices on this real estate.
If they earmark it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, if they earmark like they're supposed to go to the highway department.
And yeah, for the real estate, I mean, we're pushing for that hard, and we got, the mayor association lawyers in on it as well, trying to.
we needed that 20 years ago, it's the way Bowman's been going for the last 20 years around here.
Yeah,
But.
I think that'll pass, and it'll go through, and I think it'll be something really well for the real estate transfers to get, instead, cause they get 100% of it. Nothing is coming back to the county. What I told them, they keep bragging about all this surplus money they have, and all the counties are starving to death. I mean, we all went to at-risk again. And we had just came out to, last year, we went into, what they call, the in-between. It's, they call it something. But anyway, they said you can stay there for the rest of your life. You would never go up the next notch. We had just came out of that, and then all of us in the Upper Cumberland went back to at-risk. And I was like, wait a minute, how did we all do it? It's all about, the inflation and stuff, it's went up. Cause everything's 4 or 5 times higher than what it
Well,
was.
that's what I'm saying, the last 8 years, it's
I felt it at Taco Bell today when I went and got, a combo which existed of, one of those little Mexican pizzas and two soft tacos, and it was $16. And I was like, gosh! I'm going back to potted meat and crackers. All right, you gotta do the next part. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, that's fine, motion to adjourn. Randall,
I'll second.
second, Roger. Everybody say aye.
Uh,
That's it.
We voted.